Hey, I am here and welcome to the channel. Again, thank you to everyone that continues to watch. Today I'll be talking about a controversial social media content creator by the name of Sinceri Smith. Sorry for mispronouncing her name. Recently it was said that she passed away on January 15, 2026 due to cardiac arrest and possibly some other issues going on. This video will not be a long video, but there's just some things that I want to touch on. I would say that she was probably on social media for at least as long as this app has been around, which I believe it was 2009 or so. So she's been around for quite a long time. I came across her content, maybe a decade or more ago. Back then she just seemed to be in a lot of mess with red pill men going back and forth. And then I started watching again once people started making more videos about her saying that she was pregnant by a married man. And I also saw her video where she was saying don't move to Atlanta. So basically she was a woman who, in my opinion, was extremely male-identified and male-centered. That's the reason why she would go back and forth with the men of the red pill. I honestly think that she took a lot of things that they said to heart. It seemed like she wanted to be accepted by the red pill. It also seemed to me like she again praised and worshipped men. From my understanding, she has 2 children, a grown daughter, and then she has a younger son who seems to be special needs. People were saying allegedly that she wasn't getting her special needs son to help that he needed, and people were reporting her to the child welfare services. Some people even have went as far as saying that they believe that those people were coming for her and that maybe she took a pill that caused her to have cardiac arrest. This is all allegedly. And this is what people are saying, not me. Many people are also saying that she is still alive because again she did fake her death maybe about 5 years ago. Once I saw her that she faked her own death. That's when I realized that I believe there's some mental health issues there as well. That's just my opinion. The only reason why it would make sense for someone to fake their own death is if maybe they're in imminent danger, which I don't think that she was in. I think what happened, and this is what people are allegedly saying, is that she kind of scammed too many people, did too much online, and wanted to fake her death in order to, I guess, get people to leave her alone. But again, she was addicted to social media, so she came back. So I know probably what I'm saying about her sounds mean or even crazy, but this is her footprint online. Her footprint online is of her being male-identified, male-centered, and even at her big age of 45 still expecting for someone to swoop in and save her and her son. Her footprint is also of her being very messy online, going back and forth with loser males. So again, this is what a lot of people will remember her for. I think one of the biggest things people will remember her for is how she got pregnant by a married man and posted all of it online. And this is the thing, lots of married men lie, they pretend like they are single. But once she got pregnant, and she saw that he really didn't want to be there for her or the child, then she had some choices to make. Personally, I think she chose to get pregnant and have a baby thinking that it would make him want to be with her. But lots of married men who mess around, they normally end up staying with their wives because they know that their wives will put up with them cheating. And a lot of times their wives have money and a house and all of that, and they don't want to leave that. Or they are the ones that have money and they know if they divorce they'll have to give up some of their assets. I just think because she was so male-identified, possibly suffering from some kind of undiagnosed mental health issue, and just because she's an average woman and average women do not understand much about men. I really think that she thought he was gonna leave his wife for her because that's probably what he was telling her. But when I really wanted to talk about is how I just really feel like she lived a sad life. I do remember that she moved to California. It seemed like she was doing better there, but it also seemed like she had at some point dealt with homelessness in California. If you are homeless in California and you have a child, you move to the top of the list and you will get help. So I'm pretty sure that she got help there, and it seemed like she stayed there for almost a decade. And then I did see that she ended up moving back to Georgia because she said that California was too expensive. Which is totally understandable, but I also feel like she probably used up all the resources that California had for her and she needed to just move somewhere else. She, in my opinion, seemed like a woman who did not want to work. And I saw recently in her video, because I did go back and watch a few of her videos. And she said something like, I guess when she was moving from California, she ended up being homeless, and then she moved back to Georgia and she was homeless there. It's just seemed like she lived a life of homelessness with her child, which I think it's extremely unfortunate. Yeah, I do think when she was in California that she was in housing at some point, but again I think there was times where she probably was homeless as well. From my understanding, the reason why she said she didn't work is because she has the special needs child. And she had to be there to take the child to the bus and pick them up. But again, I know for a fact in California that there are special needs after school programs that the kid could have went to for free. Or I would think, why didn't she try to work from home or something? And again, I have women like this in my family who haven't really done much for themselves, don't have their own incomes coming in. They spent their lives living with men, chasing men, and never making their own money. I've had to distance myself from them because they're always calling to borrow money they know they're not going to pay it back. They can't pay it back. They don't have any income. They spent their lives being male-centered. Therefore, any familial relationships or platonic relationships are mostly non-existent because once they get into a relationship, they kind of stop talking to those people. And they also end up using those people for money or a place to stay. And those people end up no longer talking to them. So yes, I know women who are homeless with no income. So again, as a woman, you just have to decide the type of life that you want to live and go for it. I just really think that this lady that passed away, I really think that she lived a sad life. And we all have to make sure that we're making the best decisions for our lives so that we do not end up living sad lives. So her legacy online will be a legacy of her wanting to be accepted by the red pill men, arguing with them, going back and forth with them, taking them seriously. Then she'll mostly be remembered for getting pregnant by a married man and having him allegedly disown her and leaving her broke. She will be remembered for being homeless and begging for money online. So ultimately her life didn't change much over the 15 years that she was on social media. She passed away, broke and homeless. Thank you for watching and see you next time.